Love incarnate, love divine, star and angels gave the sign. Bow to babe on bended knee, the Savior of humanity. Unto us a child is born, he shall reign forevermore. Come and see what God has done. The story of amazing love, the light of the world, given for us, Noel. Son of God and Son of Man, there before the world began. Born to suffer, born to save, born to raise us from the grave. Christ the everlasting Lord, he shall reign forevermore. Noel, Noel, come and see what God has done. Noel, Noel, the story of amazing love, the light of the world, given for us, Noel. Come and see what God has done. Noel, the story of amazing love, the light of the world, given for us, Noel.
Matthew 2, 1-12 tells of wise men arriving in Jerusalem up to 2 years later. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all of Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. In Bethlehem in Judea, they replied, for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me, so that I too may go and worship him." After they'd heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route.
Hi, just want to share my story about what Christmas means to me. And first and foremost, it's probably the most important the day of the year for me and my family, where we show people how much we love them by giving them gifts, putting on the best roast dinner we could possibly make. But before we all get too eager and start opening presents, I always make everybody stop and we just give thanks to Jesus. And remember that just as we celebrate other people's birthdays, today it's all about celebrating his birth and remembering him and thanking him. So we put him first on Christmas Day before we put ourselves next. And, you know, in church and schools, we do nativity plays, and, you know, it paints a picture of what happened, but I like to go back to the Bible to find out what it actually says, what really happened. And in Matthew 2, it says that after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men came from the east to Jerusalem. It doesn't say that three kings came, it says wise men came. And these wise men would have studied like the stars. And I suppose the sky in an area like that, it's not like they've got street lights and the national grid. Everything was dark and the sky just lights up with the stars, a lot brighter than what you'd expect. And this star appeared, and these wise men understood what that star represented. So they were men of wisdom who studied the stars and the sky. And they came to Jerusalem saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him." When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, and inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. So Herod was troubled, and the whole of Jerusalem was troubled with him about this news, about the King of the Jews being born. So they said to Herod that it's written that in Bethlehem of Judea is where Jesus would be born. In verse 7 it says that Herod, when he had secretly called the wise men, determined from them what time the star appeared. And he said then, "Go and search carefully for the young child, and when you have found him, bring back word to me, that I may come and worship him also." So we paint this picture that Jesus was like a nearly newborn baby in swaddling clothes in a manger, but at this point we read that he was anything up to 2 years old from when the star first appeared. It says, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. And when they came into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And they came with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So they weren't gifts for any ordinary person, they were gifts for royalty, for a king. And these wise men were very prosperous to bring gifts like that. And they had a lot of wisdom. And they were warned divinely in a dream that they should not return to Herod, and they departed their own way, a different way to their own country. So that's the story of the birth of Jesus, according to Matthew 2.